Over the past few days, you've probably seen headlines talking about how Trinidad and Tobago can receive a large amount of funding, over $5 billion in investment in an AI data center or AI infrastructure and stuff like that. Some people are excited, some people are scared, some people are panicking, some people are protesting, and I think that I am in a position to help talk about it in a way that will help people understand things a little more. But before we decide if this is a good or bad thing, we should first understand what a data center is, what it causes, and what positives and negatives can come from it. Hi everyone, I'm Kyle Bennett, and I just graduated with my bachelor's degree in mechatronics engineering technology and robotics technology, and I recently completed a few certificates in AI technology. So I think that I am qualified to speak on this topic. So I want to inform people and use the knowledge that I've gained to help the people of Trinidad and Tobago to understand and help you to understand what this is. So first and foremost, this isn't a political video. This isn't a protest. This is engineering. And that's my bread and butter. By the end of this video, I want you to understand exactly what an AI data center is, why companies have invested billions of dollars into them, what benefits they could bring, what risks they could create, and most importantly, the questions every citizen should be asking right now. Exactly what is a data center? So when you hear AI data center, don't imagine some futuristic lab of AI technology with Terminators running everywhere. What you have to think about is essentially a warehouse. Think of a warehouse that has thousands of shelves and has things stocked on every one of those shelves. Now replace each one of those shelves with thousands of computers. That's basically what a data center is. Every Google search, every Instagram post, every Netflix movie, every ChatGPT conversation, every online bank transaction is stored somewhere on a computer processing that information. These computers all have to live somewhere, and that somewhere is a data center. This is what a server is. So a server is simply a computer whose job is to serve information to other computers. Instead of running games or Microsoft Word, it's designed to work 24 hours, 365 days without stopping. A lot of servers are used in many different cases, like schools, libraries. You've probably seen one somewhere. These are some of the servers. So why are AI data centers different? Traditionally, data centers mainly store websites and videos and cloud files, but AI data centers do something very different. They train artificial intelligence. So instead of hundreds of normal processors, they're using thousands or maybe sometimes hundreds of thousands of specialized processors called GPUs. These GPUs perform enormous numbers of mathematical calculations simultaneously. So that's why AI companies are investing billions of dollars into new facilities, including two proposals now on the table of Trinidad and Tobago. One is the framework for Ernst & Young for a 300 megawatt data center. So 300 megawatts is this. I'll show you. The other is with Hummingbird AI Holdings, starting a 150 megawatt data center with a possible expansion to 500 megawatts. There's also a separate deal to explore recommissioning the Point Lisa steel plant, which isn't a data center at all, but it's part of the same wave of announcements. That's not what I'm talking about right now. There are also a lot of people in Trinidad that actually know about this situation and have done the research and are talking about it and trying to spread information. So I will also link a few of those here. This one in particular was one of the first ones that I saw.
So according to datacentermap.com, Trinidad currently has 5 data centers, 4 in the northwest area, 1 in south.
Follow their page. They know a lot of what they're talking about, and they make really cool videos. And this is my physicist friend to talk about electricity.
So, as you know, everything usually powered by electricity. Your appliances, your phone, your Wi-Fi, everything. Now, these AI data centers, they need a lot of electricity. So imagine like you have a computer, your phone, you're charging up, right? Now, charging it might seem normal for you, one charge and you're done. Now imagine you have like hundreds of your PCs or your phones charging at once. That's how much energy that's being pushed into these AI data centers. Roughly according to the Hummingbird board, they are looking to do a 300 megawatt facility. I mean, they could scale up to a 500 megawatt facility. For those who don't know, That is a substantial share of Trinidad's entire grid, roughly around, say, estimation around 15 to 20%, give or take. That is really, really bad. Now, the reason why they need that energy, of course, is to power it, but they also need it for cooling. Why? Because when you convert electricity to your device, some of that electricity actually gets converted into heat. Heat gets dissipated. Heat is the number one enemy to computers. They do not like heat. The higher the temperature goes in that component, the more likely the performance could drop, it could fail, things could go wrong in computers. So heat and computers do not go hand in hand. That's why they also need energy to do cooling. And for basic thermodynamics, for people who want to know all the freaky science, if you have a hot room and you want to make it cool, you don't just magically make everything cold. You actually push the hotness out and then let the cool come in. So that is going to be dissipating a lot of heat in the atmosphere while we cool these computers. Because ideally, lower the temperature, the better off our computers will perform and do well.
So some key takeaways are data centers don't waste electricity. They convert electricity into computing power and heat. Right. Water. So this is the number one question that I am hearing right now. More than electricity, more than jobs, more than anything else. And it makes sense. Trinidad and Tobago already has dealt with serious water shortages in the last couple of years. And some parts of the country deal with it much worse than others. Adding a new large industrial user to that system is a legitimate thing to ask about. It completely depends on design, and neither of the memorandums of understanding have yet published a specific cooling method or water draw for this facility. And that's why asking how much water would the facility use and where it comes from is a better question than simply assuming every data center is the same and assuming data centers mean water is going to be terrible. These aren't political questions, these are engineering questions. I believe Trinidad and Tobago has an incredible opportunity. We already have talented engineers. We have strong universities, industrial experience, energy expertise, and the question isn't simply whether we can host AI. The question is, can we become a country that builds AI technology? Can we create robotics companies? Can we create and design new products, build startups? Can we own patents? Because that's where the long-term prosperity in this situation comes from. And it's a difference between renting out our land for electricity and water and cooling versus actually owning a piece of this industry, which is what we want, I think. So in closing, where do I stand? I support technology. I support artificial intelligence. I support foreign investments. I support innovation. But I also believe that engineering decisions should be based on evidence. The more information that we have, the better decisions we can make. Whether you support these projects, whether you're skeptical, or whether you're still undecided, I hope this video helped you to understand technology a little better. I am Kyle Bennett from B3N Industries. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!